After hole 9, we both get a 3. We're both sitting pretty good score-wise. I was hoping to get a better run on that instead of just nailing that tree, but whatever. And Scott makes a really nice upshot. And hole 10, I believe, is the shortest hole on the course at 245 feet. It's basically a putter or mid-range or really whatever you want to throw, I guess. But you want to go left of that tree, hit that gap, hyzer out, stick right by the bucket. It looks like Scott is going to go with his Bard.
I figured putter is a little too flippy and the Bard's a little more stable.
Ooh. Flirting with that tree a little bit, but he's still putting or parked. It's hard to tell. Oh, and I hit the tree. Same line almost exactly.
Gonna have a long putt at it.
Yeah.
At least 80 feet, maybe 100. Just tailed off left.
And Scott with very minimal work for his birdie from probably 20, 25. Very nice too.
Oh, wait.
All right, Scott gets a 2, I get a 3. He is starting to pick up his game. Hole 11 is 700 feet, and it's pretty cool because you get to throw a pretty far shot. You just kind of avoid these little trees here and avoid that stupid branch right there. Kind of kills a lot of shots. And then you want to land in the fairway out there, basically as far as you can, and the bucket plays up over that way. I think Scott's going to throw his sword. It looks like he's going to play kind of a hyzer flip or big Anheuser.
Anheuser a little bit. I'm going to use that left side, the high side up there.
There you go. This might be a little hard to follow. All right. That sits down. Oh. I'm going to throw the a sword as well. I'm going to hopefully have
not do that.
Out and not cut roll into OB.
I'd love to say I can see that, but his won't roll, but it will.
It's a little right, though.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be really disappointed in my video footage on that one. I started watching the disc instead of the camera lens, so at one point it's just zoomed in, pointed at the woods.
All right, well, here's where Scott's lie is. He did roll into that little river, which is out of bounds, bringing in a meter, but he's got a little extra for safe footing. And the bucket is straight across, right up there. And you got a little bit of OB to worry about, but just try to hit the backside over there. And it's going. Is it gonna get there? It's tough with the headwind. I'm gonna go boatman.
Right by mine. Zach, putting for a 3 from 70 uphill. Just early and left.
And as you saw, Scott is just a few feet closer. Same exact putt.
Shortied it.
All right, after that hole, Scott takes a penalty 5 after his tee shot, and I take a 4. On to the next. And hole 12 is 346 feet. There are a couple obstacles along the way of the fairway. You got a sand bunker right there, you got the green, and then the basket is down over there. So either throw, normally you want to throw, it's a good sidearm shot. There's a pretty stiff headwind though. It's gonna be kind of tricky if you go sidearm or backhand. You just kind of want to, I don't know, do what you need to do to get down there. I think a 2 is gonna be pretty good on this hole right now with this wind.
Zach with one of the,
boatman.
it's gonna sidearm a boatman into the headwind. I hope for his sake that this works out.
Yeah. Not wide enough. That's a long putt.
Yep.
This is gonna be a hard one to see. This is a clear disc.
Sparkle disc, sorry
Yep.
guys.
Is trailing a little far right.
And kick 60 more right.
And here's where Scott ended up. Basket's right over there. To get a little fancy through this. Looks like he's there for par.
Zach from somewhere around 80 feet, maybe 70. Just early.
again. So close. Alright, after that hole, we both take a couple threes. A little unfortunate. I'd like to have a little closer look, but kind of tough with that wind. We are now on to the longest hole on the course, I believe, at 913 feet. It is a par 5. You just throw it as far as you can, basically, a couple times. It's pretty good for a roller if you can throw a roller. You just want to avoid going up to the right or tailing off to the left. But the fairway does kind of go down this way, and then the basket's way out there.
Is that the one up on the hill?
Yep. That's the basket right there. How far away? I'm going to lay down a roller. I'm going to throw a hatchet.
Okay, hatchet roller. I'm sorry, I lost it, guys. Through a gap on the right.
Way out to the right. Air shot with a bio enforcer.
Oh no. Oh no, get down. Oh no, get down.
You're good.
Not very far, but it's fairway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Zach has made his way to another fairway to the right.
We already played this hole.
Yep. He's going to try and... Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a gladiator kind of low, just kind of try to get more to the left. This isn't as bad as I was thinking.
In case you couldn't hear him because of the wind, it is a gladiator opto. He's going to try and throw it low to keep it out of the wind and hyzer it over there. Looks pretty solid.
So that's going to go Tournament World. It is still a good probably 600 feet from this bucket. I don't know, maybe 5.
There we go.
It's hard to tell. That looks like a really good line. There is a creek that comes into play, so if he's short of that or just past that, that'll be very good.
Oh, I might be right in it.
Scott's shot was too good. It's probably really hard to hear because it's really windy.
Zach, fortunately, stays just short of the river. It's got a tight little window up to the basket through there. If I zoom in for you, right there is the basket. He's looking at a sidearm to use the left to the right wind through this gap here just to the left of the big tree. Looks pretty good. If it didn't skip too far by with this wind, any putt's going to be a challenge though.
Scott from a similar distance, obviously just a little farther because he's there. Scott is going to go harp right up the middle. And Scott's got a little bit of work to do. Should be a pretty routine up and down from here. It looks like he almost threw it in.
Zach's putting for what would be a birdie 4 because this is a par 5 if I'm not mistaken. 45 feet. Wind from his right to his left. Just off the top. Onward and over.
And after that hole, Scott takes a penalty 6. I take a par 5. Not the worst on that hole. And hole 14 is 535 feet. It is a par 4, and it is through all that stuff. You can try to go aggressive and lay down a roller between these couple trees, or you can try to just lay up over here and try to get up the fairway as much as you can, which is the safer shot. But the basket is across a green at the very opposite side. So I got a pretty good headwind kind of left to right, so I'm probably actually going to try to throw a roller out there and try to get down the fairway as much as I can. Uh-oh. Stand up faster.
He's going to finish off to the left.
Yeah.
Into some brush. But since I'm stupid.
Again, trying to go a little too aggressive. If I could have got that a little more perpendicular, that probably would have been better.
Roller with an unknown white disc from West Side.
Scott is going to go roller with the unknown white disc that I got from Dynamic. We have yet to figure out what it actually is. That is laid down much better than what mine was. That is a great shot. Here's where Scott ended up, right up against that stump. The basket is across that green, right in there. Scott is going to go BT Bart at this.
Oh, it's going to be left though, because I did not play the wind properly.
A little left, but it'll be a long putt.
Zach is rather obstructed in this bush here. He's going to go some sort of hyzer Basket is located right up through, you can kind of see it right there. Didn't bring the right disc with him, so he has to reevaluate. Zach's playing out of another player's bag. I don't even know if that's PDJ legal. Oh, I can't follow that, I'm sorry.
Go left more, come on.
It's sort of putting. You guys, I went so far up in the air I couldn't see it.
Scott for his birdie 3 right now. About 55, 60, I would say. Just a little left.
Zach for his 3 from inside the circle, maybe 25 feet, 30 feet at most. Just a hair right.
And a little bit of work to clean up these putts. Good hit.
Sneaks it in there.
And a couple of 4s on that hole. I need to start birdieing here again. There you go. Here's a great opportunity to get a birdie 2. Hole 15 is 257 feet. It is pretty tricky though. You gotta hit this tunnel right there. If you can make it to where the path curves off to the right, that curve to the bucket is probably 20, 25 feet.
Zach has a shield and a sling in his hands.
I'm gonna go with a sling and try to just...
Hyzer flip with a sling.
Yeah.
Got it a little right out of the hand. Still gets quite a bit down there. Really long look for 2. Oh, same different day. Way shorter though.
We messed up by throwing a sling. Alright, Scott is gonna go mercy. He is probably 100 plus-ish away. A little left, but he's right there.
Zach from maybe 75, 80. Off the front of the cage.
God.
What a great bid.
That's in. And unfortunately, a couple of 3s on that hole, but the next 3 holes are a little easier to throw, but I don't know. I'll probably mess that up now that I said something. And hole 16 is 278 feet. It is just a straight shot, again with a putter mid-range, just right there. You don't really have anything to worry about except for going long. I think I'm gonna throw hard. It's a little left to right wind, so I'm gonna have something that wants to try to fight back a little bit to the left.
Just a little short.
Scott's gonna go mid-range. It's a little left, but it's putting. Here's what Scott's looking at. He's kind of got the obstructed sidearm putt from a little closer than earlier. I would say 50-ish feet. See if he can replicate earlier. That'd be gross. That was definitely the right line.
Zach from 25-ish feet, 30 feet maybe, a little bit uphill. Nice putt.
All right, after that hole, I finally get a 2. Scott takes the 3. On to the next hole. And hole 17 is 421 feet. This one's kind of cool. You gotta throw up on a hill, and then you got the ball green, which is right there, which is OB. Just kind of want to throw it as far as you can. It's a little deceptively long. I'm just gonna throw a boatman, basically
Turn a boatman.
straight at it.
Little hyzer flip up, maybe. It's up in the air, it's heading toward the green. There it is. As long as it stays off the green, he'll have a look.
It is off the green.
He's alright for
Needs to go a little more at it.
tough putt from there.
Scott is gonna replicate that shot. Maybe he goes a little more straight at it. The wind kind of held it more straight than I was anticipating. Are you all right? You okay?
Oh, that was really fun.
That hurt a lot or just gross?
Yeah. That hurt a lot.
Ugh.
Mostly my left wrist because that's what caught my weight.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was your left wrist.
That's a sucky way to not get a good score in a hole.
Yeah. Hey, well,
Better drive,
yeah. Scott has an unfortunate drive. We are working with natural tee pads here, and it's pretty muddy, and I'm sorry that I didn't see his drive. I was making sure he was not broken on the ground. Skip up there. That'll be a long putt.
Zach from at least 65, 70 feet away. Tremendously uphill. Just right and a little past it.
Alright, Scott with a little work to do. I'd say probably a circle's edge. Uphill probably plays a little longer though. Oh no. And after that hole, I take a 3. Scott unfortunately takes a 5. The rough hole. That tee shot was really unfortunate. I feel very bad about that. It's not fun getting injured on the course. So he's not broken though. All right, and the final hole of the blue course is hole 18 at 402 feet. It is a par 3. It's down this fairway. You have the ball golf green to worry about. You have to avoid all these trees, and the bucket is right over here. And it's going to be pretty tough with this wind. The wind is kind of tailwind left to right. It's going to be pretty hard to get something to hyzer. I'm going to throw a hyzer flip with a sword. Or throw it onto the green. Or to the right of the green. Or in the bunker. In the bunker.
And a bunk.
Scott is going to go Tournament World. Scott is going to try to replicate mine, but way better, not in the sand.
Oh, way inside. Nose up, no good. Maybe 75 feet total distance.
That's okay. 75 feet total distance.
Zach marking his lie.
Right there.
Okay, Zach is 100, well, 100 feet from the basket.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just going to try to lay it up.
Lay it up with a harp. If it sits, it's perfect.
All right, and here's Scott from probably 80 to 100 or so. Just shy of it. Go ahead and tap these in. After hole 18, I take a penalty 4 and Scott with the 3. I'm gonna go and add up the score or the totals now. Bonus footy. All right, after everything is said and done, Scott shoots a 62, which is 1 over course par, and I shoot a 57. I can't math right now.
4 down.
4 down. Can't math, I shoot a 4 down.
Zach earns himself lunch. What do we do with the cart?
I don't know. So I win lunch. We're gonna go do that. Yep. Scott's gonna drive and make the stuff all noisy and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. I had fun. Did you have fun except for falling?
I had fun except for the last 2 holes.
Yeah, last 2 holes were not so good, but we're gonna go play a whole nother round and we're gonna try to record it after we go get lunch. And we're gonna go get lunch right now.